My name is Sophia, and I'm 31 years old. For years, I trusted my closest friend with everything, my secrets, my career plans, my heart. But one message changed everything. I did what I had to do. You'll never see it coming. That betrayal nearly destroyed me. Before I tell you how I went from being deceived to becoming unstoppable, take a moment to like and subscribe, only if you enjoy stories of betrayal, perseverance, and ultimate triumph. Drop a comment below, I read every single one. I want to take you back to the moment everything changed. I had just been promoted to lead a key project at my company, a campaign that could make or break my career. I was excited, driven, ready to prove myself. Rachel, my so-called best friend, had been with me every step of the way, offering advice, praise, and encouragement, or so I thought. It started subtly. My ideas began disappearing from conversations, later reappearing as hers. She would casually mention plans I had made, pitching them to our bosses before I even had the chance. I tried to ignore it, hoping I was mistaken. Maybe I had shared too much, maybe she just misunderstood. But the moment of truth came during a critical board meeting. I had spent countless nights preparing a strategy presentation that could bring in millions in revenue. I walked into the room confident, ready to present. Halfway through, Rachel interrupted, not to clarify, not to support, but to present my ideas as if they were her own. The board nodded, impressed, while I froze. I wanted to speak, to correct her, but the shock kept me silent. That night, I walked home in disbelief. How could someone I trusted so completely betray me? Every late-night conversation, every shared secret, every laugh we had together suddenly felt like a setup. I cried, pacing my small apartment, trying to process the fact that someone I considered family had worked to sabotage me. But something inside me shifted that night. I realized I couldn't let this break me. I refused to be a victim. I started a meticulous investigation, digging through emails, meeting notes, project timelines, anything that could prove the pattern of her deception. I called it Project Phoenix, not for revenge, but to rebuild myself from the ashes of her betrayal. Days turned into weeks. I quietly collected evidence of her lies and manipulations, emails that omitted my contributions, meeting notes she falsified, colleagues who had been misled by her stories. Each discovery strengthened my resolve. This wasn't just about stolen credit, it was about reclaiming my life, my dignity, and my future. Meanwhile, I began building my own projects outside the company. Freelance clients, consulting gigs, even a small side business, all opportunities to showcase my abilities independently of Rachel's influence. Every success, every late-night effort, was my quiet rebellion. And all the while, she continued her climb, completely unaware that her empire was built on shaky ground. The turning point came when I prepared my own major presentation, this time directly to the executive board. I crafted it meticulously, anticipating every objection she might throw at me, every attempt to undermine me. When I finished, the applause was deafening. My ideas, my work, my vision, finally, they were recognized. And Rachel? She sat frozen, realizing she could no longer control the narrative. Her disbelief was intoxicating. But I didn't gloat. I didn't need to. My success spoke for itself. The board knew the truth through the results. The stolen ideas, the hidden sabotage, all of it unraveled silently in the wake of my achievement. As the months passed, I cemented my influence within the company. I became a mentor to young employees, a trusted voice in strategy meetings, someone who could transform challenges into victories. Rachel, on the other hand, struggled to maintain her credibility. Mistakes that had been hidden behind charm and manipulation began to surface. The very colleagues she had deceived began questioning inconsistencies, and opportunities she once claimed slipped through her fingers. One meeting stands out vividly. My largest pitch yet, a new global campaign. Rachel attempted to interrupt, to assert dominance, but the room turned toward me. Every detail I had planned was executed flawlessly. My colleagues' eyes told me everything, the truth was finally visible. Her credibility was crumbling in real time, and all I had done was remain focused on my own rise. Outside work, my life flourished. I traveled, invested in passion projects, and finally felt the freedom I had longed for. Rachel, meanwhile, remained trapped in a cycle of her own making, unable to match the results she had tried to steal from me. She watched from the sidelines as I built the career, reputation, and life she had tried to claim for herself. The most satisfying moment, however, came unexpectedly. A new client had approached me, impressed by my reputation in the industry. I realized that Rachel, despite all her manipulations, had inadvertently built a network that now supported my success. Her betrayal had given me insights, lessons, and determination that fueled my rise. Every email she sent, every sly remark, every secret she thought she kept, it all became part of my strategy for moving forward. Years later, I lead my own consultancy, mentoring dozens of young professionals, cultivating an empire of trust, competence, and integrity. Rachel, who once dominated my thoughts with fear and resentment, has faded into the background of the corporate world. Her opportunities have diminished. Her influence is now a shadow of what she imagined it would be. The lesson I learned is clear: betrayal is painful, yes, but it is also a teacher. It exposes weaknesses, tests resilience, and creates the conditions for unstoppable growth. You can either let it break you or use it as fuel. I chose the latter. Every time I reflect on that betrayal, I feel gratitude. Gratitude that I discovered my own strength, that I learned to trust my judgment, that I built something untouchable. Rachel, the woman who sought to bring me down, now watches me rise while she struggles to remain relevant. And that is the ultimate vindication. Sometimes, the most profound revenge isn't confrontation, it's quiet, undeniable success. It's the satisfaction of proving that your character, your skill, and your perseverance are stronger than anyone's attempt to undermine you. Today, I am proud of the life I have built, a thriving company, loyal colleagues, and the knowledge that I can withstand any betrayal. Rachel's lessons, painful as they were, shaped me into the person I am today. The experience taught me that your true power isn't in reacting to betrayal, it's in rising above it, stronger, smarter, and more resilient than ever before. If my story resonates with you, I want to hear from you. Share a moment when someone betrayed your trust and how you turned it into your advantage. Your experience might inspire someone else today. Subscribe for more stories of resilience, empowerment, and the quiet, undeniable triumph that follows betrayal. Remember, betrayal is temporary, but the life you build afterward is permanent. Sophia's former betrayer, Rachel, ends up being assigned to work under her in a new project. Every strategic move Sophia makes subtly exposes Rachel's past deceptions, reinforcing the idea that integrity and perseverance always outlast manipulation. Rachel watches Sophia succeed in ways she never imagined, a constant reminder that betrayal only strengthens the resilient.